Yes, we can see them.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I am Silvia Sandri, and as I said, I am part of a volunteer and part of the operational staff of Telefono Rosa Piemonte in Turin in the Up and Up project. For this short presentation, I will use some slides, as you can see, that show the impact taken with the schools that have joined the project. The initial
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm seeing only a PDF with a screenshot. I don't see the presentation that you're talking about.
Yeah, this is the.
Okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking about something new. Okay. Sorry.
It's the first slide.
I understood now.
We put some photos of the meetings, the online meetings. I will show you the slides with the results, but later in my speech. As I was saying, the initial program, like I think for every one of you, was to have the training, the compilation of the questionnaire, and the return in presence. But this idea had to be changed as since March 13, Italy has been in full lockdown for COVID-19. So we agreed with the contact schools remotely using Zoom and Google Meet platforms, which allowed individual training to be carried out using the same device that were used already used from the students for the online schools in that period. We had two meetings, training meetings, one with every class, experimental class, and then a return meetings with every class, both experimental and control class. Here you can see some pictures of these meetings, the training meetings with the students and the teachers, and the return meetings with the students, teachers, and also with the parents. The questionnaires were sent via Google Drive, sending responses to the same platform, and the questionnaire were also completed by parents and teachers of the class. Processing took only a few days. In this sense, the online way made everything easier to work on our results, and so results could be returned within a quite short period of time. It is interesting to note some data that have sure influenced the results. So we can maybe we can think at this data like a bias, because for example, while one class consisted of 13 female students and 10 male students, the other had 20 females and only 5 male students. And also among parents, on the other side, we can see the clear predominance of mothers, with 30 mothers participants compared to 12 fathers. Teacher data can be superimposed with 7 females and 4 male teachers. So we can think that this kind of data may have influenced the results too. On this slide, we can see an example of the processing. The differences are significant between students, teachers, and parents' opinions in many areas related to stereotypes. We can say that we saw a very low level of agreement with the stereotypical statement, but also interesting difference between what young people, students, and parents and teachers think about this sentence. So in this case, we can note the prevalence of agreement on the greater competence owned by women for home care in parents' opinions, and on the other side, the total disagreement showed by students and teachers. In other areas, as you can see in this slide, the agreement is almost total, as in this one I am showing to you about managerial competence, but also in this one we can say, fortunately, that there is a general agreement that employers, in the absence of work, shouldn't give priority to men respect of women. In this slide, we can see more fractional opinions about whether men are less suitable for doing household chores. An interesting theme was that one of beauty, and we can see in this slide on the subject of beauty, opinions are very different. While the majority of students show completely in disagreement with this sentence, beauty and being attractive is more important for a girl than for a boy. Parents and teachers have very different opinions. In particular, we can see that it's impossible to find a majority for teachers' opinions, but also for parents' opinions with 30% disagree, 20% agree. Is very difficult to find a clear majority in parents' opinions. The question repeats itself with regard to the importance of physical beauty as a component of a sentimental relationship. We can see that it's important for the majority of teachers, and it's neutral for the majority of parents. So teachers and parents' opinions were often very different, but as I said, in many areas we found an harmony, as in this question about how much is important to being understood by the partner. We can see 92, 95, 100% of strongly agreement. About physical attraction, we can only see similar opinions, and also about mutual understanding. In this slide, we can see that knowing always how to respond to the request of the partner gets very different answers. In particular, in this case, with the students, we can see that male students agree with the importance of knowing always how to respond to the partner with 60%. Female students' opinions are, I think it is more complicated, because we can see that 38% agree, but 39% disagree. If we sum up disagree and strongly disagree, we reach a 39% of disagreement against a 38% of agreement. So a very interesting answer in the whole thought of young female students. About sexual understanding, on the other hand, we can see that it's very important for everyone, students, teachers, and parents. It's neutral for 10% of parents and 8% of female students. And finally, great difference, even if all oriented to the importance of having common values, ideals, and aspirations in a sentimental relationship. In conclusion, an overview of the results, it seemed to us that stereotypes in the world of youth are still present, even if not in all areas, and so we must focus on those aspects that still are more hidden to young people attention. According to what Miruna said about the difference with the younger people opinions and the general population opinions, we noticed too that there was like a trouble, a difficulty by parents and teachers in imaging students' responses. For example, we noticed that parents seems to have a much more knowledge of the ideas of their female daughters respect of their male sons. However, we need to think about how to stimulate and create dedicated spaces and contents in educational environments. And that is what our next manual will focus on. I say thank you for your attention, and also, sorry, if you have some question, I will answer to you.
Thank you very much, Silvia. It's very interesting results from Turin, and also this kind of results show us that it's very important, our project, also in Italy, because maybe I can expect some difference between among a different country, but also in Italy we have a lot of work to do. Just one question in relation to the meeting. Have you comments these different results in your meeting? Did you have? Do you have? Did you have?
Our meeting in Telefono Rosa, do you mean?
No, with the school, among the parents and the teachers.
Yeah, as I said, we decided to dedicate a meeting with each class, experimental class. So those classes who already had the training meetings, but also with the control class. We thought it was moral right to dedicate also to them returning meetings, and we explained the results, and we were very interested to discuss and comment with the students, and also parents were present and teachers. And I can say that those meetings were a meeting of 2 hours, but usually they take much more time. And it was nice to share our work with them.
Okay, thank you very much.